expired. Chair now recognizes Mr. Garcia from California.
Thank you. Been a wild hearing so far. I know that the majority is very interested in looking into China. I think we should definitely look into the influence China plays in our politics. And I just want to start by reminding us of this man. And I'm sure that our chairman and my Republican colleagues will recognize this gentleman over here. This, of course, is Gal Luft. We know that a Chinese spy, Gal Luft, infiltrated this committee's sham impeachment inquiry against President Biden with false allegations. Now, according to his federal indictment, Gal paid a former U.S. government official who was a Donald Trump advisor to, quote, publicly support certain policies favorable to China. He also sold Chinese arms around the world. Now, our chairman, who wanted this gentleman to be a witness, called him, quote, a very credible witness. This is a Chinese spy we're talking about, just because Gal Luft was willing to help Republicans smear the president. So when we're talking about China's influence, it starts with the House majority, our chairman, wanting to have a witness, this man, who actually was a Chinese spy. So it's completely ridiculous for Republicans to claim to get tough on China while they're working with literal Chinese agents to spread misinformation. Goes to show you what a joke this is. Now, this isn't, of course, the only example of the majority's hypocrisy.
Will the gentleman yield to a question?
I'm going to keep going, sir, because we know that one of the most important tools to stop hostile foreign influence in our government is the Constitution. Now, Professor Snyder, what role does the Emoluments Clause of the Constitution play in protecting against foreign influence?
Since it seems to be the rule here that people jump around a bit, I'm just going to respond to the absent questioner.
Actually, sir, I need you to respond to just to...
I will, trust me. But the item that was entered into the record regarding me, when members read it, they will find that it is the Stalinist objection to Timothy Snyder that they have entered into the record. That book review is from the point of view of someone defending the one-party Leninist state, which colleagues and I believe
Thank you, sir. I need
is the problem.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, the Emoluments Clause is a fundamental example of the wisdom of the founders in recognizing the possibility of financial corruption in the head of state.
Thank you. And the Emoluments Clause is very important. We know that foreign influence on a president is clearly a serious threat. And the evidence is clear, as our ranking member mentioned. We have actually evidence that China funneled cash to Donald Trump through his businesses while he was president. That is illegal, and it threatens national security. The Trump International Hotel, more stays at the hotel in Vegas, Trump Tower, over $5.5 million. The People's Republic of China, including state-owned enterprises, made unconstitutional payments in excess of 5.5 to the Trump Organization. And those millions into Donald Trump's pockets are just a small sample of the total payments we received. And as a reminder, our chairman actually cut off the investigation into Trump's business activities. So we only had documentation for about 2 years. Now, just months ago, the Republicans blocked my motion to subpoena Donald Trump's accountants for their records on this cover-up, which is an absolute crime. Now, in 2016, Trump said, "I love China. The biggest bank in the world is from China." The Department of Justice found that that same bank was being used as a front to funnel money into North Korea. I also want to talk about, it's not just about China, of course. We can document illegal money going into Trump's businesses while he was president from multiple companies, from multiple countries and companies. We know from China, 5.5 million, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, from all of these countries, there was illegal foreign payments made violating the Emoluments Clause. And this is only a small sample. We also know that this is a broader part of the grift that the Trump family is doing on the American people. We know that Donald Trump, for example, gave his son-in-law Jared Kushner a job at the White House. We know that his son put together a $110 billion arms deal with the Saudi government. We know that Jared Kushner received a $2 billion investment fund from the Saudi government after just leaving the White House, just a month after leaving the White House. And so there's a lot of corruption that we can talk about. And even though Chairman Comer wants to invite spies that are working with China, doesn't want to investigate the payments that Trump was receiving from foreign governments, these are things that must be talked about and investigated. Professor Snyder, is it acceptable for a former U.S. official to get $2 billion from a foreign government for an investment fund right after leaving office?
That is totally unacceptable.
Thank you. And that's exactly what the Trump family is doing, continues to do, and to continue to put this huge grift on the American people. Mr. Comer, would you like to ask me a question?
Yeah. Are you aware that Gal Luft was charged by the Department of Justice for violating the Foreign Agents Registration Act because of the money he took from CEFC, which is the exact same company that paid the Bidens millions of dollars, the same company that Tony Bobulinski testified that Joe Biden was the big guy in a deal with?
Mr. Chairman Comer, are you aware that you called him a very credible witness, yet he's a Chinese spy?
Well, then is Hunter Biden and Joe, are they Chinese
sir,
spies?
you called Gal Luft a very credible witness who happened to be
He's a
Chinese
credible
spy.
witness because he worked for the same company that Hunter and Biden and Joe
For
Biden
the
got
record,
paid for,
for
and
the
Jill
record,
Biden.
for the record, our
Three
chairman,
Biden.
for the record, our
It's
chairman
the
is saying
same deal.
that a Chinese spy working for the
Well,
Chinese government against the United States of America is a very credible witness. I yield back.
Credible because he got paid by the same company the Bidens got paid for. The same thing.
The same company that gave millions of dollars to Donald Trump when he was president?
No, it's the same company that paid the Bidens millions of dollars. For what business was it? Again, Mr. Raskin, what business were the Bidens in? I forgot what you
Well,
said.
Can you stop saying the Bidens?
Jim
You
Biden.
paid Hunter
Jim Biden
Biden.
was a businessman.
No,
Joe
no, no,
Biden
no,
is
no,
a
no,
public
no,
Government
servant.
official. Mr. Goldman, can we have
Joe
some
Biden is a
decorum?
public servant.
Chair now recognizes Mr. Fallon from Texas.
Mr. Chairman, thank